The year is 1999. 1999. Almost to the millennium. More like millennium.
Oh! Pew, 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 pew.
Sounds exactly the same.
I try best.
Did I say 8 millimeter?
Yes,
Okay.
I think
Talking about
it's 8 millimeter. And I've seen this multiple times before watching it again for this. I went to Spain in like 2000.
Humble brag. Yeah.
No, it was fun. No, like, we just went. My buddies we're like, let's just go. We just backpacked it. Like, no reservation type stuff. We just went. And at the hotel one night, like we're having drinks before we were going out, and we're drinking. An 8 millimeter came on the TV, and it was in Spanish, of course. You know, so like I've already have seen it before a couple times before that. So we stayed and we watched 8 millimeter in Spanish, drunk the entire time, and I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Catch it from the beginning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you start at the middle, that'd be kind of
No, because like I said, we knew what there was a few words you get here and there, just from like just understanding it, but yeah.
He said no.
It was pretty cool. I won't forget that. Watching 8 millimeter.
When was that? How long ago?
2001.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the movie was new.
Yeah. It was newish, yeah. But it's pretty cool. No, I've always liked this movie.
So taglines for this movie.
Look at that. Very nice.
Oh, what are we
pours.
drinking, by the way? Before we get...
cat!
Oh, God.
I said it because that's what the label looks like. Smash that like button. No, it's Pipeworks. Strawberry and hibiscus flowers beer.
I thought it would go well with the movie. What's wrong, guys? I mean, come on, lucky cat. People take pictures of cats. Cats are on 8 millimeter film.
I feel like the cat is hiding a strawberry in front of its junk, like it's doing a burlesque show.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, ooh, I know what you want to see. It's one of the. You ever see those? It's a coin thing on Japan where you pull the cat's hand down and that's what it is. Yeah.
Hail Satan! Hail Satan! No? Okay. That's for you. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you.
Plot keywords. Do you guys want to take a guess at what these are?
Porn! Snuff!
Snuff film is one.
I was going to say smut.
California?
No.
Nope.
Hold on.
Gee, no! It wasn't California. What are you thinking, stupid?
Idiot. Let's see. Snuff.
Private Eye, Detective.
Private Eye. I'm watching you.
Whoa. Did you guys try that yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh.
Ooh.
Did you try it yet?
Tell me much how you love it. Tell me how much you love it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
While Brian tastes this, it's well, I'll wait till he says he gives his mini review.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like a strawberry tea or something.
Yeah.
Mainly because of the hibiscus. But
Yeah.
Yep.
the high hibiscus.
The high
So yeah, the plot keywords.
Investigator. Private investigator.
Investigation. Very good. Very good.
Okay. All right.
There's 5 of them, by the way. You already got snuff film and investigation.
Right. Porn.
I was just saying, like, what else? I mean,
Pornography.
No. I'm not looking at one of them, and I don't get it.
What is it?
Stripper?
There was the part.
I mean, they're at
in
the
New
strip
York.
club.
Yeah. There was a part where they were in New York, remember? And there was a chick dancing with their top off. And there
I
was
need to put that in the
part.
YouTube description. Get some views.
Yeah.
The other plot keywords: obsession, which makes sense in an abstract way.
Yeah, it does make sense.
And male frontal nudity.
Yes,
Which
you do
there was
see
that.
You see the guy's
Oh, the
ding
black
ding.
guy.
Yeah. He's got his ding ding flopping around.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
Ding,
So,
ding.
I just like I remember like welcome to Miami, and then my head just like I'm thinking the Will Smith song. I'm like bienvenidos a Miami. I was like, oh yeah, Will Smith. Oh yeah. We talk about him a lot.
Yeah. Welcome to Nick Uncaged, where we talk about Will Smith. I'm just gonna say this one bit of trivia now. The film's original title was Sexy World.
No, that would have been
Terrible?
Yeah,
Yes.
that would have been so bad. I don't think anyone would have seen it. They're like Sexy World. What is it, like a theme park?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
A porn-centered theme park.
Yeah,
which
no.
sounds very dirty.
It does.
Like
yeah.
literally, like the floor would be sticky.
Yeah, gross.
Sticky.
I would not want to clean those bathrooms.
No,
Just
I
no, thank
I
you.
want to clean anywhere in Sexy World. I don't want to ride those rides.
Like the slide's a big dong. You're just like,
No, you don't, honey. We're going home.
Why would you bring kids in the first place?
it's fun for the whole family.
I want to play at the firehouse. Some very big hairy guy operating it. Let me blast your kids in the face. Sexy World. You must be this tall. Certain.
We don't care about age here.
Shut down instantly.
Shut down! Going full of beef smoke. John Taffer? No?
What's the name of that show?
Bar Rescue?
Yeah, that's it.
You want to fail.
I think I've seen a couple episodes.
Full of beef smoke.
yeah, I've never seen that one.
Really? Oh, okay.
Well,
Directed by Joel Schumacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's done one of his movies before,
Isn't
right?
he mostly like explosion-y type guy?
No, that's Michael Bay.
Yeah.
I thought Schumacher was also that too.
But wasn't Schumacher another Nicolas Cage
we've
movie?
done another
Did he do
Schumacher.
The Rock?
I think
Or Con Air?
No. Oh.
He was
Because one of those was Michael
those.
Bay.
Yeah, I think Con Air was Michael Bay. I believe Con Air was Michael Bay.
I'll see if I'm going to
Schumacher might have done The Rock.
I think it's vice versa.
I think it's vice versa.
Michael Bay was The Rock.
Michael Bay was. And then I think Con Air might. No, that doesn't
Con
sound
Air
right.
was Simon West? Maybe Schumacher was a producer or something?
I know we've seen his name on stuff.
Right.
Con Air was Jerry Bruckheimer.
I'm thirsty.
Baby, like, what the fuck's wrong with my phone?
Wait, what's that?
Was Nicolas Cage's daughter named Cinderella?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, oh, so that's nice. Cinderella.
No. Okay. Hold on.
I thought it was just a cute, like.
No. This
Not
is why you're a selfish parent if you name your kid something like Cinderella.
No.
Do you know how much that kid is going to be made fun
I
of?
totally agree. I thought, when kids call their, like, I thought it was like instead of saying, like, just calling her princess,
Okay.
that's what I thought. I thought, oh, that's cute.
Oh,
just
like
like,
that's a nickname.
yeah, like
That's-
a nickname.
okay, that's like- yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
it was like a nickname. Yeah, bugs.
Pumpkin.
But,
Bugs, dude.
but when, like, they're like, oh, and then they said they called her Cindy once.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Right.
wait, don't tell me it's really Cinderella.
I think so.
Like, that's not good. That's
No.
not good at all.
You are a dickhole.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what
yeah.
like, who named
Oh,
her?
there's a bunch of kids. Like, there's a kid named
Apple.
Apple.
Who's that?
Yeah.
That's, wait, who has Goop? Who is that? Gwyneth Paltrow, thank you.
Paltrow. Yes,
Is
that.
Apple or Goop?
Well, her company is Goop. With like, she has like all sorts of like vagina products
Yeah,
and
and
like
didn't, like,
facial creamers made from like leprechaun charcoal and all bullshit stuff.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
and people
leprechaun-
fucking buy into it because they're fucking idiots.
Yeah, well.
I'm fired up right now.
Yeah. What didn't Michael Jackson?
Why didn't he love me? No.
Michael Jackson named what's it? One of his
Blanket.
Blanket
Yeah,
and
Prince. There was
Prince?
Prince.
Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, blanket.
Yeah, blanket. I love you, blanket. Yeah, there was. There's.
I'm inside my wishing tree. No, that's ignorant. But yeah, Cinderella. I mean,
Yeah, a little absurd.
I mean, I know it's not real, but
I understand
actually
movies
happened.
are fake. I get that.
I mean, you know,
Well, because it happens in the real world. People name their kids stupid names.
Yes,
North.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Northwest. That's horrible. Hey, where are you going? Which direction? Huh? I was like, I want to just like fly down there and make fun of their kid.
Sexy world.
God.
So Nicolas Cage is a private investigator.
Yes. Very good at what he does. Because
Yes.
his first client's a senator.
Yes.
Yeah, he got dirt on, I guess, her daughter's husband that he was actually cheating. I kind of, I think that's
They
what
kinda glossed over
they kind of
that.
really
Yeah.
glossed over it. And the senator's like, "Oh, thank you, like we always know we can count on you if we ever need anything else," type thing. And Nick Cage is like, he's very discreet. He doesn't like people. He gets he was recommended a lot.
Yes.
Because
Among
of
the
this,
hoity-toity people.
yeah, because of his discretion and confidentiality, he doesn't say a word. Nothing gets leaked, so that's why he gets contacted by this super like rich woman, like her.
She looked familiar, and I looked
did,
at her
yeah.
IMDb, and like nothing.
Yeah, I thought she was from stuff.
Me too.
But it could just be like because she just looked like a kind like old woman. So maybe it's just like
Generic old woman.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, generic woman number one. You know, like for a movie.
Remind me of my grandson. I was getting ready for her to throw the Julie Ocean into the fucking
Yeah.
Jack Dawson.
Yeah,
We,
I thought it was pretty.
It kind of, it's not really skipping ahead. What, was there a payoff for the whole, like, Nick Cage saying he wasn't smoking, but he really was?
No,
There was no payoff to that,
no,
right?
it was,
No,
it
and
was
that kinda-
just.
Go ahead.
It was just. I thought it was just a weird kind of. Not even. It wasn't even plot point. It was just something to put in the movie to add, and it
Well,
didn't need it to be
It
in
kind of
there.
gave insight to his character too. It's just like, ooh, I don't know if I like you.
Yeah. But it's like, I totally thought, because they mentioned it so much, I thought it was going to be one of those things where, like, in the end, he'd escape from the bad guys by burning him with a cigarette.
Right,
and, like,
right.
it ends up saving his life.
Oh,
like,
right.
I thought it'd be
No.
something like that. And
It
no.
was just his wife didn't want him smoking, and then there was a time when she was in his office.
Yeah, it's all
and,
cigarette
and
butt.
she saw the cigarette butt, and she didn't say a word. She just walked away.
Yeah.
He smokes a lot
He
in
does.
his movies.
Yeah.
Yes,
well,
yeah.
this movie, but in other movies
Yeah,
too.
I think almost every movie he's smoked.
He did in the last one.
Yeah.
In the fuck did we just talk about?
Snake
Snake Eyes.
Eyes.
Yeah, he smoked in Snake Eyes. I remember him smoking in a lot of them.
Oh.
Face Off. Smoked in Face Off.
I think he did it without a face in Face Off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just let's say so. Okay, so he talks to he gets a call from I guess the lawyer of the woman. That,
Mr. Longdale.
Yeah, Mr. Longdale calls.
Representing Mrs. Christian.
Yes. So
Stupid names.
he decides, yes, I'll come and meet. And so I just like there's a part where he's going down this long road and there's trees like it's just like pretty much a forest with like a mansion in the middle of it. And you see the guy on the side of the road just raking the leaves. He's in the middle of a forest raking leaves. I'm just like,
You're gonna be there all day,
Yeah,
boy.
like this poor guy. He's like got a little pile.
I want you to go to the forest and rake the leaves. But ma'am, go to the forest. All right.
Yeah, it was. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be there for 2 weeks at least. Oh,
As
2 weeks.
2 weeks. As soon as I saw Mr. Longdale, I'm like, that guy's a fucking creep.
Yep. Oh yeah, he played. Yeah. You could just tell he wasn't a good guy.
What was the note that I wrote down?
Creep.
No, basically, as soon as they hired him, I was like, the twist is one of them is evil. I knew it right from the beginning.
Yeah. You knew, yeah.
Oh, there's also, I felt like it's been a few movies since we saw a Nick Cage sex scene.
Yeah. Yes,
Throw that
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Fucking babies ruining everything.
Yeah.
Not fucking babies. Goddamn babies.
Yes. I agree.
Ruining everything.
Yeah.
As we'll see later.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't,
yourself.
maybe I didn't write it down. But basically, basically when they hired him, I was like, oh, one of them is gonna be evil.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Wait, it's already feeling intense at this point too.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's like, okay, something's going on. Like
So you mentioned it before, but like at one point, Nicolas Cage takes a phone call in the basement at home.
Yeah.
And, the whole thing is he smokes, but he doesn't want his wife to know that he smokes. So he picks up the phone call and he lights a cigarette. And then I don't get it. I mean, in this movie, but also in real life. He lights a cigarette indoors. He just cracks a door.
right.
Like that's going to do anything.
Yeah.
That never does anything.
No, not at all.
That is
Right.
I feel like especially in real life, like I see people do that all the time. Like, oh, I'll just crack this window, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's
like, no, you're
the
gonna
police will come
reek
in
the
and take
whole
care.
house.
Yeah,
and-
the whole house gets destroyed. Yeah.
So Mrs. Christian,
Yes, I believe so.
her husband died,
Yeah.
and they had to hire someone to open up the safe that's behind the painting.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in there they find this 8mm film,
Oh,
and it's
I didn't realize. Oh, it's crazy.
and it's a snuff film.
Yeah.
And
What is a snuff film?
well,
People might not know.
it's when it's like a porn, but with someone getting killed.
Yeah, it's crazy shit.
Yeah, basically a movie where someone is killed, and the purpose of the film is to sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So basically, people are
It's-
trying to make money from killing someone.
Yeah. It's,
right. And they're like, "Oh, snuff films don't exist."
yeah. A lot of
And
yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, they do." And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I've got like 12. No. At this point where they were talking about like people going because the wife of the deceased guy that had the snuff films, she just wants to know if it's real.
Right.
Yeah.
She's-
I thought that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, she's like she's feeling horrible. She's like, find this girl, find her, and let me know that she's alive.
right.
So that means, are we allowed to believe that Mrs. Christian has watched that film?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
ahead.
I think she's watched it.
Or are you sure? Or did Mr. Longdale just say what happened?
No, because of how Mr. Longdale later in the movie is part of the scheme. Why would he even say something? He could have just he knew about it.
Right.
You know, I think she watched it. I think she found it and watched it. And Mr. Long, he can't do anything about it. He's a lawyer. You couldn't say, "Don't watch that," because then he would have known.
Yeah, true.
So, there comes a point where I think maybe Nick Cage says that like between like 500,000 and 1 million people go missing a year, and I was like.
Someone at the police station says that.
And I was just like, I'm like, that's a lot. So I actually stopped the movie and I Googled it.
Good.
And what I found was like, I didn't look for like 5 minutes. Just a quick little thing.
Yeah.
It's like 600,000 minimum people go missing a year.
That's crazy.
Could you imagine 600,000 people just vanish?
In the U.S.?
In the
Worldwide?
US.
Okay. Damn.
Like that's insane. In a year.
Damn.
And that's the minimum. They're saying there could be like another like up to 1 million. Just imagine 1 million people just disappearing every year.
Don't a lot of people go missing in Nome, Alaska?
They go missing in Nome, Alaska, and they go missing in parks, national parks.
I can see that.
but under weird circumstances.
Because I was gonna say like, that number seems high, especially with the invention of cell phones.
Yeah.
But in national parks, you usually don't get reception, so it's like, that kind of makes sense.
There was like, I remember like, I was watching something on YouTube, I think about like, just like, I like the unsolved, like the mystery type stuff. And there was like talking about how like a family will be like just hiking, you know, and they'll have like a 10-year-old or whatever. And they'll be going on like the 10-year-old's there and then they'll turn around and the 10-year-old's not there. Mm-hmm. So they'll do a search party and then they'll find the kid like the next day, 5 miles away up a cliff that had no idea how the kid could even climb it. Like actual, like true, like that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Like, and it's got, or something, they don't even find the kids at all. Like weird stuff like that. And they don't know how to explain it. And there's multiple cases like that.
Sasquatch, Blair Witch.
I'd say it's either one of those.
Blair Squatch.
I think the Blair Squatch. Oh man, that's no one. Okay, patent pending. Blair Squatch. No one take it.
That's our next podcast.
Yeah. So I just thought that was really nuts. Just the amount of people that go missing.
So he ends up after a very dated system in this missing people's library. He finds this.
Really quickly. So Nick Cage watches this snuff film.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a few things. One, I found the guy's outfit in the film ridiculous.
Yes.
Later we learned his name is the Machine, which
Machine.
I could not take seriously.
Right, I know.
Oh, dude, man. Since 2000, we were like, me and my friends, like, we'd be walking around like, that guy's he looks like a machine. Like, we'll call people the machine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with that. Yeah.
Because it's like, he's wearing like the leather mask and like
It's a gimp outfit.
yeah, well, the mask is
Yeah.
but then he's
he's
wearing like a leather vest like a fucking pro wrestler.
Yes.
And then he's wearing long pants.
Yeah.
What porn has someone wearing long pants? Like, come on.
Hey, you don't. Maybe it was buttoned down the side, or it was like
He's getting
like
going to basketball games.
Yeah,
Slam dunk.
Exactly.
So that was
Slam dunk my dick.
Yeah. So he does find that pic, looking through that whole database system.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what are the odds?
Here's the thing. He was
Like,
flipping through.
there's tens of thousands.
He was flipping through the pictures. I'm like, oh, that's her. Oh, wait, that's her.
Yeah, I know what
that's her.
Yeah, I'm like, so many of these girls look like who he's looking for, and also he's like, he actually passes it and goes back. He's like, wait a minute,
Right.
I think it's this one.
And I thought that girl really didn't look like
Right.
the film still.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree. Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I guess that's the same person.
So yeah, he finds out the name of the girl, and then he goes to visit the mom.
You have to get any kind of information, hoping that there's like a note left or something. Just
Right.
following leads.
So when he's talking to the mom, like they're going over like family photos, like
Right.
at the kitchen table, and Nicolas Cage sees this photo of a young woman, and he goes, "Is this you?" And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You look about 5 years old." She's like, "A little older." He goes, "Sweet."
yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
All right, 5 years old.
Yeah, I heard.
I rewound it. I was like, "Sweet."
Yeah. It is crazy though that he's able to get really whatever he wants
Very easily.
very easily. Like he's like.
Well, as long as he offers a large sum of money.
Well, I mean, there's like he's like I'm detective blah 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 from precinct blah. He gets just
Right.
saying he knows how to do his job to get the information he needs. But like you said, also he could also have tons of money because he had
old lady's money, yeah.
Miss Money bags over there just pouring the money into him. So
I also thought it was weird that the mom said that the daughter would come home with hickeys,
Right.
Yeah.
like as in multiple times.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's weird.
Yeah.
Just one hickey by itself is weird, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah. What's so? What do you guys think of that music?
Oh my God, that's one of my notes. Hold on.
Wait,
so
when?
So when he goes to Hollywood. Let's go to Hollywood. Indian music.
It's throughout the whole movie. I understand why.
You do?
No, I really. Okay.
Let's go to Wisconsin. Hey, let's go to Florida.
So okay, this movie. Yes, it's intense throughout really from the beginning.
Yes.
It's very. You're not gonna play like classical. You're not gonna play like you're gonna find some. And I think I think they were trying to go for music, that people use as like for meditation for anxiety, for like depression. People use that kind of stuff. I think they were trying to do something like with your brain with the music. I'm really reaching here.
I know.
No, I really am because I actually put thought. I'm like, why are they using this music like for this stuff? And that's the only thing I could come up with. Otherwise, I don't know why they use this. Like I said, like that the Native American type like,
Name a state.
music.
Name a state?
Yeah.
Nevada.
Texas.
North Carolina.
I got it. Maine. I'm trying to think of other worldly music.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's the only thing I could think.
Yeah, it's so I was actually watching this movie on my laptop with headphones.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
And during that part, like Stacey even said, she's like, "What are you watching?"
Yeah. It really didn't add to the suspense.
Yeah, I was confused,
but it didn't take away from like the suspense either.
To me, you
It upset me.
It was almost like it was filler. Like they needed something to be in the background,
Yeah,
so they put that in.
It's like
I don't think it
there
ruined
is-
it,
there is suspenseful music that is classical, like, Mahler, Stravinsky, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, why it had to be, I don't even know what it was.
I don't know.
Indian, Arabic, whatever.
I just don't know. It was, yeah.
I also noticed that when he was like going through the daughter's room, there was a Boxcar Children book.
Oh, really? I tried looking to see if I could see any. I didn't catch any.
And I just looked it up real quick, and I didn't realize that was originally published in 1924.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that book is worth. I don't know.
That's a good impression.
We gotta go find
orphan children. It was one of those things where it's like, I remember reading that in grade school. So to see it again,
really?
I was like,
Nah, I've Goosebumps. That was my.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Animorphs.
Say cheese and die.
I never knew about Animorphs until like high school. People were like, "Oh, remember when we used to read Animorphs?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? I don't know what that is." Like, I read Goose. Like, I had all the Goosebumps.
I plowed through those fucking
Oh
books.
yeah, I love them.
The audio books of Goosebumps is pretty sweet.
Right.
Remember the show?
Yes.
The Goosebumps.
Not that
It was
good.
on Netflix for a while.
It was?
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it. It was too cheesy. But I loved Are You Afraid of the Dark on SNICK. Saturday night Nickelodeon. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
What's the name? Elastic Boy. Yeah. Elastic Boy. Stretching.
Elastic boy? Stretching!
I just remember back in the day, like it must have been the cassette tapes of the audiobooks of Goosebumps.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
But like, I was listening to it. Was I on vacation or something?
No, it was at home.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
But
about.
basically, like, I was listening to one of the audio cassette tapes of Goosebumps on tape, but like my battery was dying, so all the voices were getting slower and lower. It's like, but Skipper, we go.
That would have scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. We should also take note of the young Norman Reedus.
Was that the boyfriend?
That was in the jail. That was the boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought that-
I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. But I
Yeah.
was like, I'm sure they'll find out.
Some people get better looking with age.
Mm-hmm.
They're not so sexy. Much better looking
Yeah,
nowadays.
he's a handsome man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. He looked very He's like, he was just like a young punk. He looked
That's
like.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was like a punk kid. Like, well, who the hell is this guy? Like that kind of thing. But
right.
when you look at him now, you're like, holy shit, that guy's a badass. So
This might be backtracking, but when Nicolas Cage is going through the house and he's basically like looking for a note of why she left, and basically he goes in a bathroom,
Yes.
and he like lifts up
Yeah.
the lid, and that's
Yeah.
where the note is.
Yep.
Where is that bathroom?
I have no idea.
Right.
Because it shows him like going into the daughter's room,
Right.
going through her drawers, cabinet
Yeah,
drawers,
Yeah.
and it kind of shows him just staying in the doorway, like, well, didn't find anything. Turns off the lights. And then the very next cut is him opening a door.
Right.
And it's like a super creepy bathroom.
Yeah,
that's
they're
like dirty.
Like the paneling of the wood. It was like wood paneling,
Yeah.
not even drywall. It was like the wood panel you used to have, and it was like on top of the toilet, and it was just really gross. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna look inside that tank.
Like, I couldn't tell where that was.
It was weird.
Me.
But he did end up finding
her
her
diary.
diary and
Right.
with a note for the mom, and
Yes.
so which. There was a dick move when he like left. She's like, well, did you find anything? He's like, nope, didn't find a thing.
Did you do that a few times throughout the movie?
Yeah. Which I get he's doing it for like for his investigation because she would have wanted to keep it then, but he needed it for whatever.
Right.
But he did leave it, he did leave her the diary.
Yes.
So I mean that was
Yeah,
that was
and in the
kinda
diary,
nice.
she alludes that she's going to Hollywood or something like that.
Yeah, because Norman Reedus, we're gonna be big stars, and she's beautiful, and
We all just
Yeah.
wanna be big. Oh, it's rock stars. Never mind. Yeah. So then that's when they play the terrible Indian music.
and then he flies
It
out.
was at this point I realized the movie is 2 hours long.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
It's a long. It could have been shorter, but because there were points that really, the parts that really didn't need to be in the movie, but I still was like, okay, 2 hours, okay. Just because I've seen it so many times, I knew what to expect. I think it was maybe made it easier for me to sit through the 2 hours of it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
once he gets in Hollywood, this is where he goes to that porn store.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
And there's a young Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, yeah, Max California, which California wasn't his real name. Our last name, it just called him California because that's where he lived.
Right.
He just Max California.
And he almost had the he basically had the haircut of Wolverine from the animated series.
Yes,
where
he
it's
did
both
have
blue and like pointed on the sides.
Yes, because he's living the lifestyle. You know, his band is trying to make it.
Yeah.
You know, what was it? Heart Spank. That was his
Something
band's
like
name.
that.
Yeah.
Spank or whatever. Yeah.
We should also note that Nick Cage spent $74 on porn.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was like ad magazines. It looked like he wasn't even buying like porn mags. He was like buying like stuff that had advertisements in it. That's
How
just
different would this movie have been if it was like nowadays? You wouldn't spend money on porn.
No,
And
not
then
at
also
all.
just like finding the girl. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just it would be so much easier with technology.
yeah.
Well, they did. Joaquin does say like. Well, he does say like, oh, places like this like are becoming more rare because people are finding it online.
Oh, okay.
So they do kind of
okay,
allude to it.
yeah.
So
And so I think he Nick Cage like goes home with the porn and like looks through a bunch of it and he's watching the movie. But then
It's like a montage then next
Right.
of him going to strip clubs and porn places.
what kills me is he goes back to the porn shop and the first thing he says is like, "Remember me?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
The first time he goes, Joaquin's like, "Hey, do you want a battery-powered vagina?
Yeah.
Because you never know if you're going to be in a situation where you need a battery-powered vagina."
Right.
And I'm just like, this, like, it's just, that's weird.
I wonder if I put that phrase in the YouTube description, what would happen for our views?
Oh, man, that would be, I think
The guys talking about battery powered vaginas.
Nick Cage, he hires on Joaquin or Max California
Yeah.
to help him out to get into the seedy underground of
Yeah.
pornography and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And
Now, this part, like,
Which part?
when he starts going now, Joaquin starts bringing him to where to find the porn that's that your mainstream, like borderline illegal stuff.
right.
And every time I see it, this part, like all this, it gets me, like, because you see like the names of what's being shown, and like there's this one that when he goes past, because he goes to that first, he goes to the Mexican house,
Right.
that says that moves all the time, and he starts.
I felt like that was interesting because I'm sure like the filmmakers were like, oh, we got to make this house look real sleazy, real dirty.
Yeah.
Let's have him speak Spanish.
yeah. It's very weird. It's weird. And that's where they're asking for a snuff film there, and the guy gets pissed. The guy that runs it.
Right before that, though, as soon as they walk into that house, like obviously there's all sorts of seedy characters around, but there's this one rather large woman like sitting on the front row.
Yes.
But she's like she's sucking her finger, but not in a sensual way, but like I just finished a cake.
Yeah.
I was like,
I caught that. Yeah.
doesn't fit in. Sorry, go ahead.
So he leaves there, and Joaquin starts bringing him to other ones, and then he brings him to it was like almost like a warehousey type one.
Yeah.
And everyone's got table set up like a flea market.
Yeah.
And when he gets to one, and then there's just like labels, and it says like kids. I'm just like, every time like I watch it, I see that, I'm just like my inside just like shudder. I'm just like,
Well, and I liked how-
well, people can like get like actually, because that's like people do.
Yeah, that is a real thing.
It's a real thing. It just I don't even know what to say.
Well, and I do kind of like the fact that Nick Cage, like, he kind of like picks up whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like a bundle of Polaroids.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Picks up, sets it out, and then just kind of like wipes it out.
It's just and then it's when he goes over to this one really like shady guy.
Yeah.
That all his movies is just say like it's like extreme, like now you can never find this like weird stuff. And he's like he goes to him. He's like, oh, so what do you got here? He's like, it's the hardest shit you'll ever see. And he's like, oh, really? He's like, you got any snuff? And the guy's like,
Doesn't exist.
He's like, it doesn't exist. It's a myth. He's like, are you sure? The guy's like, fuck you, get out of here. And Nick Cage is like, oh, okay. He leaves. And then the next place they go to, the bondage S&M place. It was really weird because they go in that cage and there's like 7 foot tall guy wearing all like the leather. Oh, it was. Oh. Yeah, he paid $1,200 for actual because they thought they were buying snuff films at that point. So they go back to watch it and like they watch the first one, and Joaquin's was watching it with them, and they're both like freaking out, like because it looks really real. And you see it too. Yeah, like you see this stuff. Like even the original video, you're watching this. There's this blood and just and then they go to the next video. And Joaquin also is like, I just can't. Like, he's like, oh, this is ridiculous. But then Nick Cage notices it's the same chick in both videos. So it's all fake. So it's like, back to square one type stuff.
Yep. And then, what was it? He like somehow gets the number to Celebrity Films.
Yes. Yeah. They do watch the Dino Velvet porn video.
Yes.
Which made me funny.
It was so...
Well, I like how it's like, Dino Velvet Productions. Yeah. And there's like cutaway of like porn scene, dog barking, cat meowing, dog porn scene.
Yeah. It was so weird. I'm like, what? Like, what? Oh, he actually goes into that, the celebrity videos.
Right.
He's like, have you seen this girl?
Yeah, and he gives him a look.
Wasn't that James Gandolfini? Yeah. And he looks at... Yeah, he looks at... for like a few minutes. Like, and then that's when you know that he knows.
Like, he's not even hiding it though. He's like,
he's like, oh shit, I do recognize her, but I shouldn't act like I do. But I'm acting like it. No, I don't know who that is. And so Nick Cage, he leaves and he ends up getting. He must have rented a room across the street to like spy on him. Yeah, I thought that. Like, how do you do that?
This is like when he walks past all those girls waiting outside Eddie Poole's. That's James Gandolfini. His character's Eddie Poole. But like those girls, it's like that's not cream of the crop stuff.
Oh no!
So I dubbed them the bargain bin whores.
They're all standing like look at me, I get booze. Like, just that very like ugh.
But also, Nick Cage asks Mrs. Christian to like go back into like her husband's like bank records. Oh yeah. So there's that whole scene. She's like, I found something funny where he had 5 different bank accounts. He took out this much from this one, and altogether from 5 bank accounts, it was $1 million. And like I'm sitting back and I'm watching like. Man, if these two were like in a buddy cop movie, that would be
yeah. That actually would be pretty funny.
That basically sounds like Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Yes.
I've never seen that movie.
You are missing out.
Bonus episode.
Oh, it's so good. Well, and then he asks for more money. He's like, hey, listen, like I'm really getting some info here. I know what's going on. I need like, I think he's like, $50,000 more.
Yeah, I forgot what he said.
Yeah,
but
and then so he gets, and then Nick Cage is finally like, you know what? It's the guy he calls. Then James Gandolfini, and he's like, I know what you did to the girl, whatever, years ago. I know this, I know this, I know this. And then he's like, you're going down, sucker. And he hangs up on him. And then that's when James Gandolfini starts freaking. You could see Nick Cage is watching. He's freaking out. Yeah. And he makes a phone call to, we don't know who yet. Yeah. He's making a phone call and answers, like the guy on the other end is just like, it's fine, just being paranoid. And hangs up on him.
Wasn't that Dino?
That was Dino.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy that actually made the movie. And so, where did it go from there?
Well, so then I know he meets up with Max California one more time and tells him like, hey, here's your money. Like,
get out of here.
I don't want you to get involved anymore. Yeah. Because they meet up with. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Or wait, is it before or after? Because they go out to meet Dino. And they're like, hey, man.
Yeah. They find out that the guy with the gimp mask on, they call him the Machine.
Yeah.
His name's the Machine.
I'll take that seriously.
Listen, Kreischer. We'll just get that out there now.
I didn't know about the Burt Kreischer thing. So when I was watching this and then was the Machine first, the movie already got me hooked. So when he called him the Machine, I was like, oh, gee, the machine. Like what does he like? What does he do? Like, what's he gonna do? But after I've seen the whole Bert Kreischer sketch now when I think about it, I just think about that. I don't think now it's just goofy to me. So it kind of like ruined it for me, you know.
And
so
the fact that the machine kind of has a gut in this, is like,
So well, I think if you see this without knowing the Bert Kreischer story, it would be much more like sinister.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
yeah. So they end up making a deal with this like Dino Velvet or whatever his name is to make a film, and it was like 5,000 then, and then what, another 5 or 10,000 afterwards. So that's when he has the money, and then he tells Max California, go home, here's your money. And then Max is like, no, I want to stick with you. We're a team. We're this, we're that.
Does anyone find it weird how there was like a big like car fire right outside the bar and like no one is paying any attention to it?
I didn't even know.
Yeah, dude, like there's like a fire truck pulling up and it's like shit's on fire.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And, like no one's paying any attention to it.
Yeah, everyone's just like, whatever. It's New York.
Hollywood.
Oh God.
Okay.
So he thinks that Max is going home then. So Nick Cage goes to a warehouse where Dino like does his movies or whatever. And he gets there and he sees the machines there.
Yep.
And he sees Dino with a crossbow.
Yes.
Shooting at like a mannequin, like on like a cross.
Yeah.
And Nick Cage is like, where are the women? And Dino's
They're
like,
always late.
Yeah, they're always late. You know how women are. And then all this like,
which Dino Velvet is the nihilist from Big Lebowski.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, I forget like how it happened, but it turns out like they know that Nick Cage knows that they did it. So they they pull up, like aim at Nick Cage. They handcuff him to a table. Oh, excuse me.
Bed.
And they're like, you have to, they're like, dude, get the movie, because that's really the evidence. That's all they have is the movie. So they're like, you better do it or else. And Nick Cage, and then all of a sudden they bring out Max California beaten up. And that's their like leverage that if you don't do this, we're going to kill him. So
this is where they also find out that Longfellow was in on the thing.
Yeah. Yes, Longfellow comes out.
Mrs. Christian's lawyer was
the one that set up the thing for the husband.
Yeah.
Like, I guess maybe the husband like asked him or so. You're not really sure.
Yeah, that's kind of
who did it for
convoluted,
who.
Yeah.
But basically the lawyer was able to get it done, and he didn't think that Nick Cage would get this far.
Yeah.
So Nick Cage is like, fine, I'll give you the movie. So Longfellow with a gun brings him out to the car. Nick Cage opens up, and in that little safe he has in his trunk.
That was interesting.
Yeah, he pulls out the movie, but he also takes an ice pick, it looks like.
Or a knife or something.
Or something, yeah. He kind of hides it. He takes it and goes back in there.
Well, really quick. Before that, he's like kind of taunting Longfellow.
Yes.
He's like, oh, did you jerk him off? But then he says the line, did you give him the hand job? I'm like, is this like the all and all be all hand job? Like hand job?
It probably was. It probably was.
Oh, puppy. So yeah, they go back in there, and then he's like, oh, give us the film. He's like, oh, let Max go. He has nothing to do with this. And then when Machine is it?
Yeah, he's
gonna go cut him down. He like ends up stabbing him.
No, he slices his throat.
Oh yeah.
Which that part, it always gets me because I always forget that Max California ends up getting killed.
Right.
I always forget.
It's kind of unexpected.
Yeah, because he plays a good character.
Yeah.
Like you're like, wow, I like this guy. Yeah. And then so you see that, you're like, oh shit, like he just got
Oh, he just got cut up.
Yeah, he's got cut up. He's got done did. So and so Nick Cage, of course, he freaks out, but not really a freak out like a Nick Cage freak out. He's just
really
like upset.
Any Nick Cage freak out?
He plays this pretty.
This is a solid drama, suspense role.
Well, and I thought it was interesting because in Snake Eyes he plays a cop figure,
right?
And then in this he plays a cop figure, but it's like two extremes.
Yes,
he's like very like over the top nutty in Snake Eyes, and this he's like very subdued. His range, Nicolas Cage's range as an actor,
very fantastic. So he gets handcuffed again, right?
Yep.
To the bed.
Yep.
And you're like, at this point, you're like, how's he gonna get out of this? Like,
right.
like this is
Dino Velvet he basically said, I forgot what the hell he's saying, but he's like, because obviously he like threatens Max California, but then he's like, oh, and you know, if that's not enough incentive, I'll go after your family. And he has this like little like like little like photo of his family, and then he just like eats it. He's like,
and then he's just like, fine, I'll get the movie, and then he like spits it out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
But then, after after Nick Cage gets handcuffed to the bed, he's like, he says something about Longfellow taking the million.
Right. He's like, why are you guys so small time? You have $1 million.
Right.
And then that's when they're like, a million. And they look at Longfellow, and Longfellow only gave them whatever. A very small amount.
Right.
Did they ever say?
No. And then the machine, Velvet, and Eddie, or whoever the other guys, they're all three of them are there, and they're just starting to go after Longfellow now. Mm-hmm. Now Longfellow's got a gun.
Yeah.
So he's pointing at him. He's like, put the gun, like, he's like, no. He's like, I'm out of here, like, type stuff. So Eddie takes his gun out, puts it down, and kicks it under the car that Longfellow's next to. Yeah. And he tells the Velvet, to put his crossbow down.
Right.
And at this time, the machine actually grabs a knife and hides it behind his back. Mm-hmm. You know, and then so all of a sudden, like, Dino goes to put his crossbow down, but while he's putting it down, he's going out and he lifts it up and shoots Longfellow in the chest. Boom. Longfellow wobbles back, shoots his gun, hits Dino in the neck.
Yeah.
And he starts
in the jugular.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the arterial artery.
Like what happened in Face Off. Remember when that guy got shot in Face Off in the neck? The chick's brother, like Nick Cage. Remember when they were in the apartment? And it was like all the drug thing.
Right.
And the kid was there. And the cops came and broke through. Yeah, it was his buddy, the bald guy.
Right.
He got shot in the neck. Remember? And he's holding his neck. He's like, he tells his sister, he's like, oh, I'll be right there. And he takes his hand up. All the blood starts spurting out. Yeah, it reminded me of that.
The thing that was kind of noteworthy is like Dino's like, he's like, oh, I didn't want to die this way.
Yeah, and she's like, not like this. Not like this.
He wanted it to be more cinematic.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. Ooh.
Yeah.
So mysterious.
Yeah. Oh. So, yeah, he's dead. Longfellow's dead.
And so Nick Cage sees this all going down, and he's like reaching for the gun while he's handcuffed to the bed.
So two things. One, from this point on, there's a lot of reaching for guns in this movie.
Yes.
Lots of reaching for. Because James Gandolfini, his gun is underneath the limousine, so he's reaching for that.
Which he could have easily taken 3 seconds, gone to the other side of the car and grab it. Yeah.
And Nicolas Cage is handcuffed to the bed, and he's reaching for the gun on the table.
Yeah.
Later on, not really spoiler alert, but like the machine, basically the machine, Nick Cage is at a fist fight at his house, and the gun falls by the gate, by the graveyard.
Yeah.
And this is when Nick Cage finally, he manages to get a bullet and the gun. He's able to load one bullet in the clip.
Yep.
And then this is where we hear Machine talk for the first time. He's like, he's only got one bullet.
Yeah. Well, I think because the machine went after Cage right away. So he's starting to fight Cage. Cage hits him, and that's when Cage, like, the machine's about to like get him. That's when Cage pulls out that ice pick and stabs him in the stomach.
Oh yeah.
So the machine's got like what was it, like maybe 3 or 4 inches of like metal just like right in his gut. Mm-hmm. He falls to the ground. That's when he, like, after that, he says he's only got one bullet. So he's like, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. Backtracking slightly. So Longfellow, Gandolfini, Machine, Velvet, they're all having kind of a standoff, and Nick Cage is kind of off to the side. He's handcuffed to the bed. The part that like made zero sense is Nick Cage is handcuffed to the bed, and he's like super close to the gun on the table.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get closer, and he's dragging the bed, but somehow doing it silently, so no one notices.
Yeah.
Like, he's dragging this metal frame, a full-size bed.
On concrete.
Silently.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So when you hear Machine talk for the first time, I really wanted him to talk like Kane.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's all I got. So Nick Cage escapes from there, and then on his way home, he calls his wife.
Well, I thought how he escaped. Like
Dude, he power slid that Crown Vic so much.
It was really it was insane. Like I don't think it could have happened in real life. Like someone escaping the way he did, but it's not too far off if, like, say the keys were on the table instead of him shooting the handcuffs off. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
So it was like almost, it was very close to being like somehow like actually real. Like someone could escape that way.
Yeah.
Like I thought, like I think they did throughout the movie. I think they did a very decent job of this could really happen. Like this can actually be a thing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There were certain
there's
points
nothing that's super crazy.
right. Yeah. There's certain points that are a little over, not even, I wouldn't even say over the top. That might not be so realistic.
Yeah.
But like I could see this. Like this could act like it definitely be a thing. Like there could have been a millionaire out there, or a billionaire that did this, and there was an investigator that went and looked at it.
He escapes, calls his wife. He's like, "Oh, go to that one place where we went that one time."
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then he shows up there. It's like this cabin, motel-y
it's just a
kind of
cabin.
thing.
Yeah.
And his wife literally asks him 20 questions.
Yeah.
He's like, "Where were you? What happened? Why are you wearing handcuffs? Where have you been?" And like, it's
Is that your blood?
I know.
It's
I'm
like, and he's just like, no, I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like,
His answers were pretty shitty.
yeah. So they kind of play here like, if he doesn't just stay with the family, like they're gone, because he's like I'll be back and I'll meet you. We'll see you at home. And then she's like, we might not be there.
She's kind of irrational.
very.
Yes, but he is not telling her anything.
Right, but it's just like, obviously it's something for work.
And she knows what he does for a living.
Right.
It's not like it's a surprise. She knows he's the PI, and she knows that he has a gun, and she knows that he can get into dangerous situations. Right. So for her to be like all of a sudden shocked that he's in a dangerous situation.
Well, and as we talked about in The Rock. It's the same thing. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go to San Francisco." The wife's like, "What? You have to leave?" It's it's that trope.
I think it's one of the dumbest tropes ever. It's just so stupid. Now this part, I think it's like the last half hour, 25 minutes. It's the revenge part.
Right.
It is probably I would say the best part of the movie. The best part because once he goes, he's like, you know what? He's like, that's it. The people that did this, they have to go down. First thing he does, goes to James Gandolfini. He just beats him on the ground, takes him. He's like, you're bringing me to where you did this to the girl.
Yep.
So he's like, no,
going back. He basically tells James Gandolfini, "Tell me to where you killed the girl from the original snuff film."
Right. So
I don't know if we really explained that, but
yeah. So he brings back to the location of the original snuff film where this all happened, and James Gandolfini is like, the whole time he's just saying, like, I don't care. He's like, I got money for this.
Right.
Like, why does it matter to me? She was just whatever. She was nobody. No one cares about her. No one this. No one that.
Right.
And that's when Nick Cage gets crazy. He pulls electrical wire out of this They're in this house that's just destroyed house. Ties him up around the neck, around the hands behind the back, gun,
dude,
and his face.
The way he tied it around the neck and then around his like arms. I'm like, ooh,
that's pretty brutal.
Well, no, that was like, and it was tight.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like playing around. Like you could actually see that that Gandolfini was actually like choked there.
Right.
So he's got the gun pointed at Gandolfini's face, and Gandolfini the entire time is like, "Do it! You won't do it! Come on! You think you're real, man?"
Right,
like,
totally antagonized.
and Nick Cage is like struggling in his head.
Yeah.
Should I do it?
And Gandolfini starts tonguing the gun.
Oh, that was weird.
that was weird.
Can't do it.
Gonna
rust the barrel.
Yeah. Nick Cage just leaves.
Yeah.
Goes to his car.
Yep.
Sits.
Yep.
And he's thinking what to do. He calls the mom of the girl that gets killed in the snuff film.
And he earlier in the movie he poses the question: would you rather know? Would you rather
know what happened to her, or think that she's living her dream, and not know?
And she's like, "I'd rather know."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You said you don't want to know what happened."
Yeah.
So then he's just like, "Hey, she's dead."
And he didn't even like break it soft.
Oh no.
He's just like, she's dead, and these people killed her, and buried her.
No sugarcoating.
Tell me you loved her. Tell me that you care for her. Tell me
that part was weird.
I had the opportunity to hurt these men.
Yeah, I think he needed to know that what he wanted to do.
He wanted to validate what he was going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He wanted
Yep.
to validate it, and she gave him validation.
Yeah. Yes.
So he goes back in and
She did a good job acting, that lady.
Yeah. Oh, she
Yeah,
did.
she did.
Yeah, she did.
I'm like,
Agreed.
Yeah. He goes back. She's bawling because she finds out that the daughter's dead. Her daughter's dead. He goes in there and Gandolfini's like, oh, what are you going to do, huh? And all of a sudden, not even a hesitation.
Oh, yeah.
The butt of his gun, he just
pistol whipping the shit out of him.
I think it was dead. I think he actually killed him
Yeah, I think
with
he did.
that.
Yeah,
I agree.
Then he takes all the, because they actually drove in Gandolfini's car,
Yeah.
takes all the porn, all the
Smut,
smut, and puts it all around him.
Yep.
Lighter fluid, burns it.
Yep.
And then he was able to figure out who the machine was by calling hospitals, pretending to be like a police officer and asking if anybody came in with an abdominal wound that he actually did, and he finds out his name, which I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was really neat.
And also, we should note that this whole time when he goes to find the machine, he's wearing Matrix clothes.
Pretty much a lot of it. It's like all black with black, with like with Lawrence Fishburne sunglasses.
Something I noticed though, as he's getting more deep into this kind of world, he's kind of getting like more. He's dressing more and more like gothic or like more kind of like S&M kind of.
I totally thought that was going to be like a subplot of the movie, is that when he's with his wife, he's becoming more violent and more, but that never happened.
No, because in the beginning, he's more of like in the suit and like professional, and then like this, it's more and more, and even like back before Max California was even saying to him, he's like, "You look like a cop. You're like, you're not gonna get into this stuff."
Yeah, he does
so
say
that could like be like another reason why he's dressing more like that. But it's also affecting him. You could actually tell that Nick Cage is being affected by being at these places and talking to these people and seeing all these things. It's super intense.
So he finds out where the machine lives with his mom. So he breaks in.
And what's playing?
Apex Twin?
Yes.
Apex?
Apex Twin, Come to Daddy.
Yeah.
I think that is the perfect song for this moment.
Is.
First time I saw it, because I've seen the video beforehand.
Right.
So when it came out of this, I'm just like, oh my God, this is like it fits so great. Like, come to daddy. Come to daddy. Oh God.
And also the machine really likes Danzig.
Yeah, every single poster is Danzig.
It's like 3 Danzig things.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
So Nick Cage is going through the house. He hears "Come to Daddy," and it just cuts off.
Yeah.
And it's on vinyl.
Yeah, but like how did that happen? Because he's basically like because he's about to go up to the room, and then the music cuts off. He goes into the room and sees that like the record's just spinning.
I really like the tone that skipping noise sets, though.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's pretty badass.
Keeps you like it's to keep you suspenseful.
So he goes into the bedroom. He sees that it's skipping. He leaves. The music starts again.
Yeah.
How?
I see. I don't know if the machine was hiding either like in a closet under the bed, or he must, because you think he is a serial killer.
Yeah.
You know, so he might even have a trap, whatever, in his room. Like, you got to think there's something. The guy's a killer. He is a serial killer, so he's got to have contingency plans probably in his place.
I suppose so.
Yeah, because I'm sure you guys have seen like Mindhunters or other serial killer stuff on Netflix. They have the different types. You have your types that just don't think and they just do it, and then you have your like the Ted Bundy types where they plan it out and they have their like all their stuff
very
set.
methodical.
Yeah, methodical. So he could be one of those methodical types. Well, he finally gets Nick Cage. The machine finally comes and attacks Nick Cage in his gimp mask.
Right, yeah, that's what I didn't get. It's just
I didn't understand that. The only I figure you're gonna.
Like, are you like at home? Like once your mom leaves, like you put on your outfit, like whacking it or something? Like, what's going on there?
And I'm thinking, like, if you're gonna kill Nick Cage anyways, it's not like he's gonna know who you are. So I really didn't understand why he needed the mask on.
Here's what gets me. So like they come crash, or no, they go through. Nick Cage goes through a window, and then machine like goes out the window and starts walking on the roof. The roof gives way. He's like, whoa! Like Dennis the Menace to the top. And then like they're fighting down the ground and stuff like that.
And the machine had like a couple opportunities to kill him,
right?
But he was just very cocky and
more
lots of
more gun reaching. And, you know, and the machine's just like, oh, my favorite part about stabbing someone is the look on their face.
Like once the knife's in them, the shock that it's actually happening.
And then, like, you know, Nick Cage gets out of it, and then, like, he gets up and he gets the gun and he points it at him. He's like, take off your mask.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thing. All right. So he takes off the mask, you know, so the machine has talked the certain way the whole time.
You're the machine.
Yeah. And then he tells him to take off the mask. He's like, were you expecting a monster? And then he puts on the glasses like, my name's Gary.
Yeah. It's like, well, the reason they did it. I know. I'm not saying.
Listen.
I'm not. No. I'm not saying it was like right. But I always try to find because I agree with you. It was dopey and weird. It didn't make sense. But I always try to like why like what was the why behind it? I think the why behind it. He changed his voice. And he's like, "What, you expecting a monster? Like I'm just a regular guy." He puts glasses on.
So when the mask's off, no glasses on. He's like, we're expecting a monster. And then he puts on the glasses. He's like, my name's Gary. Well, and then the glasses fall off. He's like, I'm like, yeah.
I think it was just like the persona he was trying to play, but also while he was doing that, he was going for that knife. So it was like he was trying to say like I wasn't beaten. My mom never did this to me. Like my dad never raped me.
Right.
So he was like almost like, hey, I'm a human being. And Nick Cage is like, and then all of a sudden he grabs a knife and he throws it at Nick Cage and it hits him like in the stomach or something. It stabs Nick Cage. It didn't go in deep
or in the leg or something.
It hits
somewhere.
It hits Nick Cage. And then
I'm just saying the voice was very Dark Knighty.
Yeah. So and then that's the machine got up and goes into. These guys are ridiculous. The machine gets up and
it's still a good movie. Like it was on we watched it the other night. I'm like, that's a good movie, but that voice is
voice is ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh, my Batman. Oh, Alfred, is there any more bologna on a bologna sandwich?
So
and then fucking Bane had to outdo it.
Oh my god.
What was it? So didn't he gets stabbed and then Nick Cage, like didn't he go to tackle Nick Cage? At the point there's somehow Nick Cage is able to get on top of him and he stabs the machine in the stomach.
Yes.
And kill it. It's done. It's over.
Yeah. Yes.
And so that's done and he goes home. He goes to the hospital.
Yeah.
And he falls out of his car. Like how did that happen? Like
so he drove himself to the hospital.
He drove to the hospital, but then he falls out of his car. A nurse comes out and sees him.
Yeah.
When you show up to a hospital with a wound, usually the police are called.
Okay.
From what I understand, the police are because something happened.
Yeah.
Like if you don't tell, because Nick Cage probably didn't tell him.
Just like what movie was that? It was in a Nicolas Cage movie. The one with the farmhand boy. What movie was that?
Farmhand boy.
Fuck. When Nick Cage hits the guy with the car.
It's the guy with the car. What are you doing?
What movie is that? What movie was that?
Yeah, it's raining a lot and
he hits the guy. He's the hired killer. Or he gets confused.
Wild at Heart?
No. What movie was that?
Deadfall, Arsenal.
That's not
that's
not raining.
It's the one that's Hopper.
Oh, that's
that is Wild at Heart. I think.
Wild at Heart.
Is that Wild at Heart?
Wow, I don't remember. God,
man.
They kind of all melt together
really
after a
do.
while. Yeah. So anyways, he's at the hospital. The nurse comes out. They're like, oh, what happened? How many times you stabbed? Whatever. And then he gets fixed up, but I guess not well enough. He just kind of gets patched up because he's able to go home and you just hear like sobbing, sobbing. And his wife is like, because he doesn't think his family's going to be there. So he goes into his kid's room with the baby. He sees the baby's still there and he realizes that she didn't leave. Then he completely loses it.
Yes.
And he's going down the hallway. His wife comes out and starts holding him and he's like, I need to forget, I can't forget, something like that. And then it cuts to him out in the front yard raking leaves, stuff. Well, this life is moving. He goes to get the mail and he gets a letter from that girl, it's not the mom.
Yeah,
he
the
sent
mom
a letter
of the daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, and it was just like, thank you for I hated you for telling me. The
Well,
money.
we should also mention that Mrs. Christian gave a big sum of money to the mom and to Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. So
we should also know that she offed herself.
Miss Christian offed herself too
Yeah,
because of it.
She gave money to the mom?
Yeah.
She's like, this is for the family of the daughter,
right,
and then
right,
this is for you.
Yeah, because basically the Mrs. Christian was the only other witness to that film.
Yeah.
And
Which Dino burned. So
Dino.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
and then when he
she's
goes
gone.
there, he finds out she offed herself.
Yeah, and he's shocked. He didn't think because he was supposed to have a meeting with her.
Yep.
So all that happens. He reads the letter and he looks at in the window, and the wife is looking at him like I don't know. She's not really sure what he's reading and how he's gonna take it. So she kind of smiles. Yeah, exactly. And then he smiles back, and then credits.
Yeah.
So.
That's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Do you recommend it?
Yes. Even though there really weren't any Nick Cage freakouts at all in this movie, but this is a thriller, suspense, drama, all rolled into one. Not gory, bloody. I'd say a little
Not even bloody.
It was just dark material.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. Those are the kind of movies you like. I think this is a great movie. This is one. I love this movie. I've seen it multiple times. I just think Nick Cage does a great job He actually does a great job acting in the movie.
Yeah.
I think the other people like Joaquin Phoenix, he does a great job being Max California.
Yep.
The guy playing the Velvet guy does a great job being a sleazy porn guy. They all do great jobs in the movie. So definitely recommend it.
Top 3.
My top 3, I have to say, 8mm.
As a number 1? Holy shit.
Con Air and Valley Girl.
What the fuck?
Those are so fucking. All right.
Because it to me, the movies, sure, they're all different.
Right.
Very.
But they're all great in their own category. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
The freakouts, they don't have to always be the top freakouts to me.
Yeah, agreed.
If he does a great performance in a movie, that's also to me number 1. So I think 8mm has been his best so far.
Okay.
So
I get
that's
that.
why
I get that.
8mm, 8mm Con Air and Valley Girl.
Sorry. I do recommend it.
Okay.
Just super dark. Even though the movie was 2 hours long, I was a bit long. I didn't. It could have been cut down a little bit, but it didn't drag.
Exactly. Yeah, there was no
Maybe
down points.
less Indian music.
Yeah.
Hashtag no racist.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it. Con Air, The Rock, 8mm.
Oh.
Wow. On your top 3,
So
very
nothing
nice.
past 96 for you.
No, which kind of bums me out a little bit. But because I like Boy in Blue, I love.
Yeah. It's super hard. I agree. It's,
that's what she says.
I would recommend this movie, though I would give the caveat that, again, it is dark material. So, this isn't the movie that you put on during a party and have fun at.
no.
This, it's about snuff films.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
it is dark. I like it, but I don't know if it's top 3.
It's
For me, it's still Vampire's Kiss, The Rock. Firebirds is good, but I don't know if it's top 3. This is good, but I don't know if it's top 3. I don't know. That's really hard.
hard. Yeah.
I don't know what to do for number 3.
If
Because
you want to do a double, a tie?
No, you can't do that.
Oh God, I'm just trying to.
I'll do in no particular order. Top 5.
Okay.
Vampire's Kiss. What did I just say?
Con Air. The Rock. The Rock.
Those two are like for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say 8mm, Firebirds, and
Trapped in Paradise.
Yeah.
oh no, not that movie.
Whoa. What do you say?
That's the ticket. Oh yeah.
I love you.
God, it's even hard to do top 5.
Wow.
Just because I don't know what I'd do for the 5th movie.
Yeah. We'll do top 4.
Well, yeah.
Beer.
I enjoyed it. I'd say like your first like taste of it, you're like, oh, this is just like a beer, and all of a sudden you get the strawberry, and like the kind of like it's like a tea-ish, kind of flavor at the end. So I thought it was really good. I give it a 4.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I give it a 4.
Shit.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Here's my thing. I really liked it, but then as I was drinking it more, I'm like,
A little less and less.
Oh,
yeah.
It stuck with me, and I didn't mind it. I didn't mind
I'm going 3.25. Come on, scan it.
I think I like the fruitier beers or like the more sour. I think that's just me, you know?
Yeah. If you want to keep up with us and our beer ratings, follow us on Untapped.
Yes.
I'm looking at his filmography again just to see if there's anything I'm missing.
Did we do tagline? Oh, we did do taglines.
Not with this movie. We also didn't do trivia.
We didn't do.
I don't think we did. We didn't do taglines for the last movie.
We did
either.
for last one.
It was the 14,000 witnesses.
Oh
no
yeah,
one saw him.
yeah.
Well, I'm just going through his filmography again to see if there's any movies where I was like, oh, I love that. Not really. Oh, Face Off is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good 5th.
Yeah.
That's a good 5th. Yeah.
Trapped in Paradise, no. Anyway,
So what was the tagline for 8mm?
Porn. Underground.
no,
Smut.
no, this is one where it's male frontal nudity.
Oh, yes.
And stripper. Tagline was, if you dance with the devil don't change. The devil changes you.
Oh, they say that. in the movie.
Yeah. Max California says that.
It's a little long, but
Yeah, it is a little long. Which when he did say it in the movie, it wasn't like it was out of place. It was
No,
like
it makes sense.
Yeah,
Right.
it made sense. But it was one of those kind of like corny, cheesy lines, you know. But it still kind of fit.
It felt a little like this is a movie line.
Yeah.
Trivia. David Fincher was the first choice to direct this film.
Ooh.
I probably would have liked it better if he did.
I would have been a little more zany in a good way.
Yeah.
Zany.
Wacky.
I think it would have been darker.
Well, I guess that's just what I'm like. When I think of zany, also like that's part of my.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tim
okay.
Burton would be zany.
Yes.
Okay, I can see where you guys coming from there. Yeah. Okay.
Danny Elfman, do it in the soundtrack.
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg turned down the role for Max California.
Oh, hey, what do you want to see? You want to see some porn?
You want a battery operated vagina? What? No.
What? No.
It's a snuff film.
What? Snuff film?
Transformer. What? No.
No.
Original.
Stand up and shout. Sorry.
I got a huge dong.
Yes. A great line. Film's original title is Sexy World. We went over that.
Yeah.
The weird. The enema porno film seen at the porn swap meet is a genuine S&M film that was heavily edited for inclusion in the movie.
Oh, no. I didn't like it. So, yeah, that was a real thing. I don't like that either.
I wondered about that, if those were like legit porn movies.
I was thinking about that too. Yeah. I never knew.
Where can I find them? Oh, God.
And what were the titles for research?
Barney's My Pebbles.
The name of the movie was 8mm, and it was shot in 35mm.
Zingo.
Boo.
Budget $40 million. What do you think it did box office?
I don't think it did very well.
40 minutes. I go 150. Honestly, yeah. I honestly don't think it did, but my heart wants it to be.
I want snuff films to do so well.
Well, because it's a great movie.
It is. I'm going to go 90.
96.
Dude, that's like 2 weeks in a row that you were like, man, I'm proud of you.
Where's my trophy?
I'll make you a trophy out of like foil.
Snuff film trophy.
You want it.
here. Yeah, and I think next movies.
Trivia?
That was we went over it.
we-
Sexy
yeah,
World,
yeah, yeah.
Sexy Adventure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
35.
There
wasn't a
wasn't
lot.
much, yeah.
Next
movie?
movies are
What do you got coming up?
we got after this Bringing Out the Dead,
I've not seen it.
directed by Martin Scorsese.
That's gonna be interesting.
I wanted to bring up with this movie. So like it seemed like we all kind of liked it, right?
Yeah.
On hold on, no.
The reviews.
Yeah, on Rotten Tomatoes, 22%.
Yeah. Big stinker.
Really?
I was very surprised. 'cause
Metacritic,
yeah.
19 out of 100.
Oh.
Yeah. The only thing I think of, it's the theming. People didn't like that it was.
It's not a very accessible. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, I could see that. It's not very mainstream.
Right.
No, because if it's porn, people are like, oh, porn. No, I'm not going to go see that movie.
Right.
You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
So I liked it.
I
like it.
next one's Bringing Out the Dead, directed by Martin Scorsese, which I believe actually was critically acclaimed when it came out. I've never seen it. I have no idea what's
liked
about.
it.
And then after that, fuck yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Damn.
I've
Okay.
never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Never seen
I
it.
think as a kid, that was one of the first DVDs I bought.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. That's
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Wow. It's so funny. I've seen a bunch of Nicolas
And that's
Cage.
it. I have the feeling it's not good.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
When's the last time you've seen it?
a couple of years.
It's a Cars.
yeah.
That's probably why.
Yeah,
I just think-
Transformers.
Is it really like
Yeah,
Transformers?
Transformer. What?
Yeah,
What?
Angelina Jolie plays Bumblebee, and it's
I
good.
swear, if I put this on and they don't start turning to robots, I'm
out those
very
headlights.
disappointed.
Hell yeah, big rig. Give me the double scramble. Truckers like breakfast skillets.
Yeah, Iron Skillet. You guys ever been to Iron Skillet?
Where?
No, but I've heard good things.
It's
Trucker bar.
no like you know when you're like going down the
Wait.
the echo when you're going down a highway, you see those big trucker gas stations.
Right.
It's usually like there's an Iron Skillet.
Yeah,
It's part of
I
it.
have been to one.
Yeah, dude, it is so good.
TA might be better.
Oh.
I've never had that. I've had Iron Skillet, and they have a little breakfast buffet sometimes there too. Oh man, is it good? Well, because it's for like truckers.
truckers,
It's
yeah.
for truckers, so they make it good and it's filling and it's tasty. Yeah. If you Iron Skillet, very recommended if you're going on like road trips or anything. Oh. Yeah, the closest one in Illinois is actually you have to go into Wisconsin Racine, Wisconsin is the closest Iron Skillet.
I feel like there's one in Indiana too.
I'm sure there is.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
but very good. So yeah,
Waffle House.
that's good too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all I have.
Well,
Okay.
that's it. I guess, there you go. I really got to pee. So
Yes, I do too.
hey,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, this is Brian.
Chris.
Brandon.
We really appreciate you guys checking out the podcast, and we just want to say the only way that we can get more people to hear us is if you suggest us, recommend us, find us on iTunes, rate us 5 stars as always, put a positive review, and hopefully we can put out plenty more content for you.